In my initial review of the burst rifle, which was made not even a month after The Last of Us released, I said that it was an unreliable gun with too much recoil that used up ammo far too quickly. And quite honestly, my opinion is nearly still the same. When you start out with the burst rifle, if you're shooting at an enemy from anything other than short range, the chances are you'll end up wasting your shots and drawing the enemy's attention to you. That being said, one very important element of the burst rifle has changed since the game's release, which is the cost of upgrading the gun. At launch, it cost 400 parts for the first upgrade and 800 for the second. Spending 1200 parts to maximize the weapon's effectiveness, which often is nearly half of the total parts you'll earn in a supply raid match, just wasn't worth it in my opinion. Thankfully, the cost of upgrading has been reduced to 300 and 600 parts respectively. That's a total of 300 parts cheaper to reach the full effectiveness of the weapon. And though that may seem somewhat insignificant, it's really more the rate at which you're able to now upgrade the weapon that has caused a change of heart in my view of the gun. By only requiring 300 parts, the weapon has become more accessible, allowing you to upgrade it once and get that bonus clip size, starting ammo, and accuracy that makes the weapon a viable choice even at fairly medium ranges. All you have to do is get a single kill and special execution along with a few marks or crafted items in order to raise the necessary parts to upgrade it, and you can easily do that within the first minute or two of most matches, so long as you're being cautious and have a general understanding of how the recoil and burst operates. Once you've got that first upgrade, a weight is lifted off your shoulders and you can relax into the flow of battle as you could with any of the other generally more reliable and versatile weapons. But if you can get that second upgrade, you'll be wielding a monster capable of making your enemies rage quit at your ability to down and execute them all in a single accurate burst. Of course, even upgraded, the weapon isn't perfect. You'll still find yourself accidentally wasting ammo or locking yourself into a poorly timed burst that leaves you vulnerable. And that just sort of comes with the territory of the gun and is sort of a counterweight to the insane damage you can deal when it's fully upgraded. In addition, you'll run out of ammo pretty quickly, and given how eager you'll have been to upgrade the weapon, you may not have the parts to continually resupply yourself with ammo, so this makes Scavenger 1 or 2 a no-brainer to pair with the burst rifle, or at the very least, equipping yourself with the handgun that you're best with, potentially the revolver or the enforcer, so that when you do run out of ammo with the burst rifle, you still have an escape route. Hunter. Downed one. Lots of people like to equip Sharpshooter 2 or 3 with the burst rifle as well. Reason being, the recoil of the burst makes headshots an accidental commonplace, which paired with Sharpshooter will yield you a chunk of health back, allowing you to occasionally get lucky and survive in situations that you normally would have died in. Now, I find that for 4 or 5 loadout points, that ability is a little too situational to be worth equipping, and I think I'm in the minority of thinking that. Maybe I just haven't gotten good enough with pulling off headshots with that gun, but I would much rather use those 4+ loadout points on First Aid Training 2 to rack up points that I can upgrade the gun with, or towards Scavenger so that I'm never short on ammo. Technically though, it is possible to equip all 3 of those abilities. It's just that I'm the type of player who likes to go big or go home with my abilities, meaning that either I equip them at their highest level or I just use those points towards something else. But that's just a way of specializing your playstyle, and it doesn't mean that equipping lower levels of those 3 abilities won't be effective. Ultimately, I find myself using the burst rifle about as often as I'd normally use something that I find reliable, like the hunting rifle or the semi-auto. The paradox of the burst rifle is this: it's both reliable and unreliable at the same time. If you're not used to playing with it, you'll have a rough time adjusting to its limited range and often unpredictable recoil. But once you do get used to it, and you've mastered the art of upgrading it quickly, you'll find it to be a very reliable weapon that, despite its occasional failures, yields tons of happy accidents. Thank you guys for watching and recommending that I revisit the burst rifle. It certainly was time, thanks to the patches. It definitely deserved the reevaluation, as it's a much more effective weapon now. I'm going to be reevaluating the machete, military sniper, and flamethrower still. Those are to come. And other than that, I thank you guys for watching. Click like if you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you guys in the comments.